Your comments here tonight. As always, I always give it a second to go ahead and let the audience build up just a second. So if you're just now tuning in, let me see who's lucky number one. Have a little ticker of when somebody views. And must be a slow night. Must be a slow night. Usually there's at least one person watching by now. There we go. Boom. There it is. So yeah, if you're just now joining us, go ahead and get your questions in now in the chat. And so a few things we're going to talk about. I talked to defensive back Caleb Wooden. I talked to him today about how practice is going now that Coach Petrino is at helm. He was a guest on 103.7 The Buzz. And so Justin Acree and myself had a chance to kind of try to get an inside look of what the relationship has been like at this point with Coach Petrino and the defensive players, which will be a big thing moving forward. I really like Caleb Wooden's approach, and I was honest with him. I've done my breakdowns here, and I think some of the players see him. And I wouldn't say very critical, but I was critical of him on one part about being a little bit more physical. And I asked him about it. And I said, I'm also very critical about Cam Ball, Xavier Sori, Larry Worth, all guys that I told him I don't like to waste my time trying to criticize players that I don't feel like can't get the job done. But at the same time, I think those core group of guys are essential for turning this thing around. And I tell you, man, I'm very impressed with the way that Caleb Wooden carries himself amidst adversity and taking on some tough questions. And after everything that's going on right now, still hopping on a radio show and answering some pretty tough questions. So very, very, very impressed by Caleb Wooden. And we had a good conversation. I really encourage y'all to go to 103.7 The Buzz social media platforms. I think it's also up on Spotify as well to listen to that entire interview. But I'm going to show you a little sound bite here in a little bit of what he specifically said it was like now that Coach Petrino was back at the helm. I had to ask him a question about that. We're also going to have a little snippet of Coach Petrino from a press conference as well coming up. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we're going to go ahead and start answering some questions. That's what this night is all about. And if anybody right now is watching, I always think this is fun. If you want to be a part of this chat, if you want me to send you a link so I can go ahead and pull you up, you don't have to show your video if you don't want to. It can just be audio. You can control that on your end. But if you have some questions and you just want to talk about it, now is the time to do it. And as always, I got to put this up. Thank y'all so much. We hit over 10,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all like the video, hype it up, subscribe on all social media platforms. Support is free. Real Val Pal. Thanks for the shout out there. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Man, the questions are already coming in. Chris Caver is in the house. Thanks so much. We got C saying I'm here. Kenny Jones saying, what's up, DJ? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Jacob, appreciate the shout out right there. Means a lot. Okay, here we go. Who is coaching the defense now? Right now, they promoted, to my knowledge, the Chris Wilson, the linebacker coach, to defensive coordinator. So I believe he'll be calling the plays. Do I think Coach Petrino is going to have a little bit more input of what goes on that defensive side of the ball? No doubt about it. I think it's already starting to pop up right now from what we can see already. All right, here we go. This is from Kari Rockenhaus. Hopefully I'm saying it right. How shell-shocked you think the team was after Petrino talked to them? It's a different vibe. It is a different vibe for sure. So this is, I guess, if I were a fly on the wall, and like I said, we don't know what happens in those team meeting rooms, and I'm not going to say I do, but one can assume. I think when Coach Petrino's offensive coordinator, he is a respectable man. All right. He's been through a lot. He's learned a lot. He's overcome some adversity. But the guy that I've talked to at the Touchdown Club earlier this year and a few interactions I've had with him since all that stuff back in the day, I really do think he has turned a page. And sometimes I've said this a lot on my thing. I was like, it catches me off guard. Like, it's like, that's not the guy I know. I think he's mellowed out just a smidge. However, I think when he was the offensive coordinator, he said, okay, Coach Pittman, this is your show. Do your thing. Now that he is at the helm, I guarantee you the tone has changed. You're going to hear some snippets here in a little bit of a couple players talking about how things have already changed. I mean, like what happened to the almost the entire defensive staff. Pretty wild. And so the thing is, did we see that coming? So we talked to Caleb Wooden today. He said he kind of wasn't surprised, and I think this is probably how the whole team felt that Coach Pittman was let go. He did say, however, he was extremely caught off guard and shocked that defensive coordinator, defensive backs coach, defensive line coach gone. So that's one that they didn't see coming. And he said he struggled with that, as any player should. When you go a relationship with these guys that bring you in, you're with them every single day, you grind through the off season. He said that one was tough. That one was tough. He was asked then about what was it? What has your interaction with Coach Petrino been like since you've been there? He said zero. And a lot of people may say, "What? How's Coach Petrino not talking to?" That is not uncommon, especially when it comes from offensive coordinator to defensive guys coming in for the first year from the transfer portal. That doesn't shock me at all. I think that is actually more of a norm. And so we're going to talk about all these things. Y'all keep on sending in your questions. We'll get to them all. This is an interesting one. This is what pops up. Ross says, DJ, do you think Petrino will coach these guys the same way as he coached you? I feel like he has to. I feel like he has to. And with where we are in the state of our program, what's going to come with that? If it is to the extent of 2008 Coach Petrino, it's going to be a big adjustment for a lot of these guys, and it's going to rub people the wrong way. They're not going to like it. But now they're in an interesting situation. Yes, the portal is open for them for 30 days, but where are you going to go? Um, it's not like you can just hop onto a team mid-season that has a full roster already. I'm going to be very interested in. So when he came there, what happened was with his approach, and he's very aggressive. He was able to weed out the competitors and the people who had thick, tough skin from the people who this game maybe is not cut out for. And so I think a very brilliant coach can still pick and choose a couple players where you maybe go the extra mile and maybe treat them a smidge different. But I think for him, at least where the program is now, he has to come in and set a tone that is going to be very uncomfortable. He is very direct, straight to the point, and it's going to make a lot of these players uncomfortable because they're used to being coached a very certain way. I'm going to tell you right now, Coach P don't roll like that. I don't care how humbled or mellowed he has got. Things change, and now I believe this is his audition to get the head coaching job. He's not going to just sit back and let stuff fly and say, that's cool. It ain't going to happen. So that goes on to say, who do you think the new coach would be? I have honestly no idea. Was kind of rushed to get here. And so I was going to send a sound bite of a clip from Rhett Lashley, also a clip from Jeff Traylor, who's the coach at USTA. They both came out and pretty much said they're good where they are. I know a lot of people have got their eyes on Rhett Lashley, former Razorback quarterback. Now, at the same time, if you go back and watch his press conference and he kind of alluded to like he's not interested, he's good where he is. That's what a coach has to say. There was a baseball coach, where was he at? Oh man, it wasn't too long ago how he got so upset that a reporter asked him about a potential coaching job that he was up for, and he badmouthed him. He yelled at him. He was just so upset with him. And he says, I'm the head coach of this school. Yeah, 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 yeah. Somebody in the chat, remind me what coach this was. It was 2 years ago, I think. And then after the season and all the dust settled, he ended up actually going to that job. So he knew the whole time. But I think coaches, when you have a team that is still can be pretty, competitive and all that, they have to say that. They can't sit there and say, I'm interested in this job. We'll see how it pans out at the end of the year and expect your team to commit to their leader when it seems like their leader is packing up to go somewhere else. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Still a lot of comments coming in right now. We got a lot of people saying thanks. I'll go ahead and pop those up right now. Always such great learning experience tuning in to 4th and 5. Appreciate you, Donna Lawson, for that one. Timothy K, I'd love to chat with you, DJ. So, Timothy, if what you're telling me right now, if you would like to hop on our stream, okay, and join us live from wherever you are, All you have to do is send me your email. Now, this is how tricky it gets. This little system I'm on right now, if people put in their email, it won't show it in my chat. Okay. So if you want to join the stream, I got to send you a link. The way you do that, you kind of have to send me your email account. You just can't add the @ sign and you can't add the period and the .com. Just your email without the @ sign, just finish it up. I'll be able to know where the @ supposed to be because it'll say like Gmail or whatever. And then and then I'll take care of the rest. So whatever your email is, and then Gmail, Outlook, Microsoft, whatever it is, Yahoo, and I'll take care of the rest. That's how I can send you a link to be a part of the show. Jim Gum, what is going on, my friend? I appreciate you. I miss you. Miss giving you hometown hellos. Thanks for joining the chat. This is from Dwight Raleigh, who says, how many games do you think we can win the rest of the season? Boy, if that ain't the question of the day. Wow. I'm still not impressed with Auburn. I'm still not overly impressed with Mississippi State. It's 2. Tennessee on the road, tough. Especially, I mean, the thing is, people think Coach Petrino is going to get here and things are going to miraculously change, which to agree, I do expect to see a different approach, but I do believe that Coach Petrino had full oversee of his offense. And let's call a spade a spade. Against Ole Miss, his offense in the second half scored 7 points. Against Memphis, his offense in the second half scored 3 points. Against Notre Dame, his offense in the second half scored 0 points. And so I think if it were anyone else that we were talking about, because we just give so much respect to Coach Petrino as we should, anyone else, what does that sound like? It sounds like in the second half that he is being outcoached. It sounds like in the second half, he has done enough for a defensive coordinator to almost figure him out and shut him almost completely down in the second half. That's what it sounds like. All right. Now, in his defense, now that he is in the helm, maybe there were some things that were not happening in practice that he needed to do in order to get his team to not just be a first half offense, but also a second half offense, just with this element of being able to finish. Okay. We got to wait and see what happens. I'm very, very, very intrigued to see what happens against Tennessee coming up. Look at this. Wow. Chris Caver in the house with the donation. I appreciate you, my brother. Says DJ, recently you said you thought if the motorcycle incident had not happened in 2012, that there would have been a drop off. What do you mean by that? Do you mean the program would have collapsed or just dipped temporarily? I think when it came to, he would have had to adjust. All right. So, Chris, I'll bring this up. So, when Coach P was at his finest, I mean, you give Coach Petrino talent, unstoppable he can be with the offense. Okay. No doubt about it. The thing is, when it came to recruiting, who was up next? You started to see we're not really reloading. Okay. So Coach Nutt was here, and Coach Nutt's last signing class, when he brought Tim Horton on, he was a running back coach, but he also recruited the state of Arkansas, and he was a great recruiter. That last class of Coach Nutt, listen to this, was Joe Adams, was Jarius Wright, was Greg Childs, was Tyler Wilson, was Chris Gregg. I mean, we could just keep going down that list of guys that were extremely, extremely essential in that success of that 11-win season. Okay. All those guys left. And then when it came to talent moving forward, I don't know if Coach P at that time was the best recruiter. I don't know if he had that certain type of swag where you go sit down on somebody's couch and makes them feel like that's my place to be. I really like this. I mean, Coach Nutt was an extremely effective recruiter. And I think, just being honest, Coach Petrino, extremely effective play caller, but in that area, I don't think was his strong suit. So I think regardless of the accident, the whole John L. Smith thing, there would have been a dip off in talent. And I think a lot of people assume, okay, we won 11 wins next year. What are we going to win a national championship this year? And then now we're going to build a 10-year legacy of just, dominance and dominance and dominance and dominance. I think that probably would have dropped off a tad until something changed as far as bringing in more talent. That's just me. Let's go and go through a few more of these. Man, y'all are bringing them in. I'm rolling. I'm seeing some chats coming in right now. DJ, who would be an absolute HR? Who would be an absolute? Okay, I see what you're saying. Michael says, DJ, who would be an absolute 8 home run hire for you? I really hope whoever it is hire former players who know ball and know how to be Razorbacks. Oh, it's hard not to answer that question without extreme bias. Yes, I know. I feel like what the program is missing and has been missing is people within those walls who really embody and understand that something just hits different about this program. About once a Razorback, always a Razorback. I think I think that's, like I said, I'm being extremely biased, and I don't think this is the right way to go about things when you try to approach things professionally, but I can't help it. I think there's something that can't be a measurable, something you can't write down as a fact or whatever. I just think when you have people within those walls who are from Arkansas and really understand and embody how special that is, I really don't know how to describe it. I really don't. I think when that person is able to go out and sell what that is, even though I don't really know how to put it into words, I think it's just when you talk to people, it just hits them different when it comes from somebody from here. It just makes them believe in this program. It makes them believe that there's something special. Now, I know people who are listening to this and you're not from Arkansas, you ain't trying to hear that. That's fine. All right. But I think that's really our only advantage when competing with other top programs around the country is that we're selling something that no one else can sell. That's unique to the state of Arkansas. So I do believe whoever the hire is, I would like for them to have people within those walls who really understand and bleed that Razorback red. It's essential in my opinion. Who do I think an absolute home run hire would be? I think no one knows that. Um, Here, I'll go ahead and say this. Nick Saban wants to come to town. Okay. Nick Saban left Alabama because the way he built his program of dominance for over almost 20 years, has it been 15 years? He left there because he knew that this was coming. And the way he wants to do things no longer works anymore. And so I don't know. I would love to say Nick Saban, but even Nick Saban, I believe, thinks that like the way he created championship teams and dynasties and winning and winning and winning and winning. The way he did it, I think he believed no longer worked. So I don't know. DJ, what about Deion Sanders for coach? I haven't thought about it, Greg. Let me think about it. Chris Hughes says, "Do we get 4 wins this year?" I still feel good about 4 wins. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and act like we're the worst team I've ever seen in my life. I mean, outside of that dismantling at Notre Dame, every other game we've been competitive, even though I think we should have still beat Memphis by 3 possessions. It is what it is. Move forward from that. We got so many comments coming in. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get to as many as possible. Also, too, I asked people to send me all hell. Ladarius, what you got going on? I think I actually still got your email saved. Hold on, Ladarius. I'm gonna send you a note. Give me a second. I have your email from last time. I think I do. Let me see if it's in there. Ladarius, you became a 4th and 5 favorite. People loved you, Ladarius. Yep, there it is. Come on, man. All right, Ladarius, I just sent you a link. Come join. Everyone else, if you want to join the chant volume, is the volume okay? It should be fine. Yeah, we're good. Volume, big dog. What does that mean? Volume. Um, Keep coming in. DJ, if Coach P offered you a job, would you take it? I feel like a lot of people ask me this. I'm not gonna lie, I would. I really would. It'd be tough, y'all. College coaches, man, I do not envy them, but it depends on the job. And to be honest, if I had to pick, and he says, DJ, I really want to bring you on, the only thing that I think I would be effective at is coaching up tight ends. I feel like I would bust my butt in recruiting, but if I had to pick my region, it would have to be Arkansas. I ain't trying to hear anything else. It would have to be Arkansas. Or I wouldn't mind a job in an area that I feel like we've been lacking lately. And whoever it is, when it comes to the talent evaluation, I mean, if we're going to spend money on guys, then we better make sure we're spending money on the right guys. I'd be very interested in that. Going out and, I mean, you can't miss, especially when we're so far behind financially. We cannot afford to miss at all. Somebody wants to know, how do you motivate paid players? You have to pay the right players. The right player you don't have to motivate. And that's where it gets to like the talent evaluation thing. Like, I mean, players been paid for years. Look at the NFL. But those guys, they're chasing something more than just a paycheck, contrary to popular belief. Ladarius, I see you just joined. Give me a second. I'll bring you on. Those guys are chasing greatness. They're chasing that gold jacket. They're chasing legacy. They're competitors. To get to that level, that's just what it takes. And if not, boom, they're gone. So I don't think that's the question. It's making sure that you pay the right players. Then motivation shouldn't be an issue. All right, let's go ahead and bring in. Oh, he got a video up. He's got his video up for the first time. I see him backstage, making sure he's right. Joining 4th and 5, the one and only Ladarius Perry is in the house. Wait a minute. It won't let me bring you up. Hold on. Source not shown. Hold on. Hide. Okay. Hold on. Let me minimize this. There he is. Ladarius, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going?
Man, welcome to 4th and 5. Last time it was just the audio, but I see you got your
Yeah,
hat. Yeah, you ready to
I was
go,
looking
man.
in the chat, man. A lot of the young ladies wanted to see me, so I had to hop up
Oh,
on.
is that is that what they wanted? It
They
was the
said,
ladies,
"Dang, what he
huh?
look like?" I said, Let me show him. Let me show
Oh
him.
man, Ladarius, what's going on, man? What you got for us this week, man?
Oh man, what I got for you this week, man? I got a lot of optimism. You know,
Oh, okay.
I'm a pretty optimistic guy. Optimistic in the fact that we get a new chapter, man.
Yep.
We get a new chapter. We get to I really prefer a new guy at the end of the season. I don't think I love Bobby, love what he did when he had you guys, but I'm ready for a young whippersnapper come in there, knock some heads loose, man. We done with the '90s, man. We done with the '90s.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think, and I've said this before. I honestly just don't know. I think a lot of Razorback fans, we live in nostalgia, and and it's a comforting place.
Mhm.
And you go back to that, 2008, just win after win after win after win. But it was just a different era of college football. So from where you're sitting, do you think that approach of that hard nose, in your face, type of approach, which I think this team needs, and I think this team is missing? Do you think that is
Mhm.
effective in today's game with this whole portal NIL era?
I was just talking to my homeboy today. Shout out Keelan Richardson. We was talking about how, man, I don't. If I was a coach, I wouldn't want to coach anybody who wouldn't want to be coached. Now,
Mm.
there's a certain line you don't want to cross as a coach, because these are young men, so you can't go too crazy. But if I'm correcting you, if I'm in the right, and you sensitive about it, and you want to hop in the transfer portal, well, go ahead, brother. You know, I don't want
Yeah.
to get you too crazy, but to hell with you. You don't want to be coached. Go on to the next coach. If you're gonna have the same problem, they're gonna try to coach you up, and then you're gonna be sensitive about it, and then you're gonna keep moving and moving, and then you're done. You're out of here. I don't know who else will want you. Want to
So
deal with
so the thing is, I'm with you, all right? But at the same time, you still got to put together a roster. So how do you find those players? When it comes to recruiting, and because from their perspective, okay, if I am a dog and I am that way, I want to be paid for it.
you.
So let's just say if you are on staff at Arkansas, Ladarius, when it comes to recruiting a guy, not just in high school but in the portal, what do you think you're looking for that most people wouldn't look for?
Uh, man, number one, the family. I know you probably I don't know how you grew up. I'm assuming you didn't have like the greatest means. Like you got by, but you have the greatest. So looking for those type of families who kind of they put integrity and they have
Mm-hmm.
character over money. So I know we all in hardships, but at the same time, everything can't be all about the almighty dollar. So I'm looking for those, and I'm kind of looking for guys who looking maybe beyond football, like or beyond college football, like
Yep.
whether it may be a career in something else or the NFL. So if you got your head down and you grinding trying to get to the next position, then that's the type of guy I want. But if you just, hey coach, how much you gonna pay me? Well, we're gonna pay you this much. All right, but then what if I do good? Well, all right, man. This it sounds like we just talking about money. What other dreams and aspirations you got besides just coming to college football to take a check from us? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
All right, moving forward. Like I said, I talked to a few guys here. Stand by. I want you to listen to this because we've had a couple sound bites from. This is from Caleb Wooden. All right, and if you've been watching 4th and 5, I got on to him a little bit
you
because we're
did.
missing this element of physicalness.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, shout out to him. Hopped on our radio show today. Sit there. We had a great conversation. I really like his approach. So take a listen to Caleb Wooden about. We asked him what has it been like since Coach Petrino has been there. As far as approach, from what you can tell, I'm not sure if y'all have had practice yet or not with Coach Petrino. Well, the tone in practice and the way everything works day to day, do you see that changing right now, or do you think he'll kind of keep on pace with what Coach Pittman has done this year?
Definitely the approach has changed. The whole practice schedule is different. It's more of an NFL style practice, more of a NFL approach. We're lifting more. Instead of twice a week, it's 3 times a week. And I definitely would say the approach has definitely changed from Coach Pitt to Petrino.
So he also went on to say, Ladarius, he said the meeting that they first had, a lot of people were just quiet. They had to sit and listen because Coach, he has a different approach. It ain't the whole, hey fellas, what's going on? It's a hey, we got to lock the hell in. It's going to be tough, and we finna
Yeah.
weed out who don't want to be here. And he talked about how they're adding extra workouts already. I already know what practice is going to be like, and it's just about turning it to the next level. But he did say, we asked him, how have players responded when it comes to Coach Petrino being the head coach and them losing their defensive coordinators? And he was silent for maybe about 20 seconds. We were like, oh, hell, what's he about to say? He's like, everybody going for the front door. And he just said it's tough, So if you're a guy on that team, do you empathize with them if they don't necessarily want to be there because the guys that they committed to play for are no longer there and they didn't sign up for Coach Petrino? Or are you not trying to hear that?
Man, if it's me, it's a team sport. It's a big what does they say? The most I don't know, I forget the saying. But anyway, I know it's a big team sport, but it's also about the individual. So you came there for a coach. I mean, but coach not on the field with you. So I'm rocking with whoever gonna put me in the best position. That's how I feel. I feel bad for I still got Coach T. Will number. I reach out to him like, hey, Coach, love you. I'm gonna miss you, but at the same time, this is my career. It's my life. I can't throw that to the wayside because my coach gone. Let me see what Coach Bobby P talking about, and I'm gonna rock out with him to the end of the season at the very least.
We got Brooks showing you some love right now. Super chat, Ladarius speaking truth. Need a new era of hog football. Ladarius, you're one of the favorites here on 4th and 5, man. People love
Man,
when you come
I
on,
learned
man.
from you, man. I just keep it real like you.
Yeah, it's about keeping it real. Hey, I want you to listen to this real quick, too. This is from a press conference from Coach Petrino. I'm curious about your thoughts on this. Here we go.
Well, we had a team meeting Monday, and I thought it went very well. Got a lot on the table. There's some hurt feelings, obviously, with Coach Pittman not being here anymore, and a couple of the defensive guys not being here anymore. And I understand that, and the players understand that they need to move on and have a great finish to the next 9 weeks so that they can be marketable, whether that's going into the NFL, staying here, or transferring. They need to have a very, very productive 9 weeks, as do I and the assistant coaches. So we've just been trying to focus on that. Went out yesterday, and I felt like we had a good practice. There was a great attitude out there. Guys were going full speed. We still got to a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to get better at. But the effort and attitude was there, and I was encouraged.
All right, so a theme that's popping up a lot, what I'm hearing from a couple players and now Coach Petrino, they talk about, we still got 7 games to put tape out there to potentially try to get to the NFL. I'm thinking, like, why are we worried about that? We still got 7 weeks to do something with where we are right now. What do you think?
I think I go back to it's a team sport, but it's individualism to it as well. So if I play my hardest, if I'm playing my best and I'm putting the best out on tape, I'm helping the team. So I think it's a difference between being selfish, like I'm not gonna go attack the ball because I don't want to get hurt because I'm looking forward to the NFL versus, all right, let me try my very hardest to catch every ball that come to me because it's gonna help me and it's gonna help the team. So it's some give and take, teammate and individualism to it.
Here's a take by Austin Payne. DJ, this is a team that stood toe-to-toe with a playoff team in Ole Miss, no doubt about it. Should have won the game. To me, it's not a talent issue. It's an issue of motivation. Bobby, MF, and Petrino is the dang answer. Let's ride Woo Pig Suey.
Well, so real quick, DJ, I know this your show, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I never thought it was a talent issue. Except with Kanai Walker, but that's another story. But tell me if I'm tripping, if I'm just a crazy Hog fan, because I feel like we have talent on this team from all over the place. So is it more coaching? We not putting our players in the best position, or do you really think we just don't have the talent?
Yeah, fine. I'll keep it a stack. Offensively, I think we are well equipped enough to compete every single weekend, from top to bottom. Talon, yes, he'll do this, but when you look at other quarterbacks outside of these past couple games, when you're just like, "Whoa, what's going on?" I'm okay with that. Defensively, however, I'm with you. Can I be tripping sometimes out there? Usually, most of the time. I look at these areas like Steven Dix, right? Leader of the defense. He had the dot on his head. He's calling all the plays. He looks the part. But even on tape last year, the same thing with Mitchell and the secondary. Fastest guy on the team, physically just a freak. I just see some guys that just don't have the instinctive edge that a lot of big-time football players do. I think that's why they're out there. It looks like they're a step slow.
Yeah.
It's just because it takes them too long to process. I think real ballers, it's just like instinct that just takes over of, setting the edge, being physical, getting off this block, looking around. We don't have a lot of those guys. So I think gifted-wise, we compete with anybody in the country. But just the instinctive aspect of things that only comes with just like, dang, that's a football player. They just got it figured out. I feel like we lack a little bit of that. I thought we had one in like Xavier Sorey. I thought we had one in Larry Worth, but this year I'm just saying I don't know if it's the bag that they're getting that's kind of making them kind of go through the I really don't know. And that's what's so frustrating with me. And I know these kids are just like, dang, this dude on my head all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be if I didn't see you actually put it on tape that you could get it done in the first place. And so that's what's frustrating. And so physically gifted, we can compete with anybody. It's just we just need more football players. Some stuff when I was in New England, right? Darrelle Revis came over, and now I'm not saying we need Darrelle Revis on our team or that type of talent.
Yeah.
But I remember walking off the field, and the DB's coach was talking about him. He made this insane interception in like the most weird position, but it was very an instinctive play. And his DB coach said, "Shit." So sorry. He says, "Shoot." He said, "I can't coach him. Like he just he is instinctively just a football player, and you just got to let those people play." And I wish we had more of those guys. So, but I will say this too, looking at the tape from last week, the coaching aspect, I do believe they were put in some very difficult positions to be successful, like having a corner responsible for covering the middle of the field while the receiver has like inside leverage. Like, what do you expect to happen? So you're not putting your players in positions to be successful. And even if they did have the right alignments, how many times did you watch them always like talk like, "Hey, you good?" what's not happening in practice for them, everyone not to be on the same page?
So do you think that? So I know Bobby was really preaching making it simple. I feel like all of those guys are good. It was just maybe I think T. Will was getting a little bit too difficult to where they had to communicate that much because he was. I mean, you're going against Lane Kiffin, you're trying to bring your best, but maybe he overcomplicated
Yeah.
whatever system he has. So do you think what is? Can you explain what simple is? What Bobby's talking about? You say trying to simplify.
Well, I mean, like it's hard for us to be simple because we don't have a front four who can get pressure without help. That's just calling a spade a spade. You know who is simple? Bama in their prime. Why? Because they got people that no one can block. You got linebackers that are just waiting to see what happens, and everything is handled up front. Now, yes, Bama had athletes in the secondary, and they could hold rotations really late to disguise their coverage. But beyond that, simple defense. Georgia, simple defense when they had all those dogs who went in the first round. And so when you don't have that, and if you only rush 4, maybe a linebacker here or there that gets picked up, and you have a quarterback who has time and he's picking you apart, you have to get creative. You have to figure out how to give them a look that may confuse them. You have to try to disguise your secondary, disguise your blitzes. And what does that requires a lot of communication and all 11 guys being on the same page. And so I don't think we have the personnel to be simple. But I think Coach Petrino, he may have to go to okay, let's go simple and let's go more towards a bend, hopefully not break defense, because the thing is, when you start doing simple, it gets easier the closer you are to the red zone. I know that may sound crazy, but you have less field to cover. And so he may try to get to a spot to where he's not necessarily assuming his team is going to get a stop all the time. But if we can hold the team to a field goal, we can work with that offense, but strap up and let's go score some points. I don't see how else we try to beat teams relying on our defense to get stops, just because I don't think we have enough dudes to get it done. And if they're listening, you know what I always say, Ladarius? Prove me wrong.
Hey, we'll
Let's
shut
see it
up.
on
You
the
do
tape, right?
something. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna say too much.
I will sit here. You know how hard it is to sit here and break down some of this film I have to break down. I don't enjoy it. I don't. I want to have one breakdown where I only just praise the whole entire day, but we got to address the issues when they're there. All right, I got to ask you one thing before I let you go. Looking at our schedule, we got 2 wins on the year right now. How many wins do we have at the end of this?
We got 2 wins. I think Tennessee a L. I think Auburn. I ain't crazy impressed with Auburn. After that, it get kind of bleak. Golly, I think I'm gonna wait until I can't give you an answer. I'm gonna wait until after we compete with Tennessee to see what that look like, and that'll tell me a lot. I don't think Texas. I'll take that back. I think Auburn, and I'm not impressed with Arch Manning at all or that Texas team. I don't think they nothing crazy. So maybe 2. I'll be straight with 4. But I ain't really too worried about the rest of the season, man. Before you let me go, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
All right. So real quick, I got to make this statement. I like 4 coaches for next year. The guy from Texas State,
Texas State. Who is that? That is what's his name? But go ahead, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Texas State. Rhett Lashley.
Yeah,
the guy from Arizona State, and the guys from Memphis and Tulane. And I only like them last 2 because they proved that if you motivate your team, you can get a lot out of them. Who your top 5 right now that you kind of look at?
So you got Summerall, Tulane. You got Rhett Lashley, SMU. You got Silverfield, Memphis. That's who you're referring to. The thing with Summerall and Silverfield, Memphis, you've got coaches who can do more with less. At least that's what it looks like. And right now, the way things sit, Arkansas just unfortunately has less. I really love the way that Memphis played. I didn't think that Memphis had better athletes than us. I don't think they have better resources than us. But if you go back and watch that game, I don't know what he said to them before the game, but it looked like they
Exactly.
just wanted to get out there and beat Arkansas's you know what. It was like a pride, like, all right, we just gonna get in here and fight these dudes. And it showed on the tape. They were very
Yeah.
physical. They flew around from even when they were down 18. You didn't see any drop off of like, oh, let's go handle these dudes. So you like coaches that can get that out of players. So I would put Silverfield in the mix, pending on how the rest of the season goes.
Mm.
And depending if Coach Petrino has been able to find some space to be an effective coach in this era of college football, I'll put Coach P in there. I will. Rhett Lashley said he's not coming, but I
That's
feel
what
like
they all
coaches.
say, man.
That's what they all say it. They all say it. But I like the fact that he's an Arkansas dude. And like I said, I talk about this a lot, and I know people not from here don't care about it at all. I just think there's an added element to that is special. So I like that as well. So that's 3. Ooh, Lord. You know a name that's popped up that I'm not too turned off by?
Gundy.
Dan Mullen. He's a name that's been
Okay.
popping up. He's in his first year at UNLV. We had a great conversation with him last year, and he has that type of sit down, like, I really like this dude. I don't know what it is about him.
Yeah.
But he also has that edge too. I mean, you saw those dogs he was coaching at Mississippi State. And let me think about the last one. All right, I got to think
Yeah.
about it.
Man, we'll
Gotta think
reconvene
about
next
it.
Wednesday, man. We'll talk
Hey,
about
next
it.
Wednesday, man. Wednesday night, 7:30. You know what it is. All right, I'm gonna have to start paying you. I'll put you on the payroll here soon.
Nah, man, just throw me a 4th and 5 hat when I see you next home game.
I got somebody in the chat right now. We'll get you a 4th and 5 fat. You can tap me on the shoulder and
I'm just
call
gonna,
me out when you see me. All right, I got
yeah,
you
I'm
covered.
gonna come shoulder check you, see what you do.
For real. So the next home game, A&M.
Yeah,
We don't know the time yet, but 2 hours before kickoff, we'll be at the alumni house. You
It'll
swing
be
by, I'll
at
get you your hat. All right.
it'll be at 11, man. You know, you ain't got to guess.
All right. I'll see you around 9 a.m.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Ladarius always hanging out with us. A big shout out to Jonathan Morris with the super chat. That's fun, man. I hope he comes on almost every Wednesday. All right, I'm going through some more of these right now. Keep on bringing in your questions. I'll bring them back up on the screen. That's who it was. GJ Kind. I'm sorry. It's hard to read the comments when I have other things on the screen. I can't see them all. Thanks for getting in that. I was trying to figure out who that was. I had another chat that I want to get to right here. Call me Z. If the players wanted to keep Pittman, they should have played hard. Okay, I brought this up. All right. So I did. I did. I don't know why this rubbed me the wrong way, but it did. I've been seeing because I understand it, man. They love that dude, and I'll say this person wise, Coach Pittman is him, y'all. I know y'all haven't had a chance to talk to him, sit down with him, chop it up with him. I'm telling you, he is somebody. If you had to just randomly pick people in the entire world, who would I like to just sit down and have a beer with? Coach Pittman would be in that category. I promise you that. Okay. So these dudes love him. And they, I've seen a lot of response on social media of a lot of the players, doing thumbs down, and they're just not a good move, and they're upset. I get it. But the way to keep him is not to go on social media and talk about it. It should have been in the play. It should have been in the preparation. It should have been into finishing plays. It should have been into not having loafs. It should have been into making sure that you are conditioned to get ready to play. It should have been in not having missed assignments. That's how you show them we want to play for this dude because we're going to do what he coached us to do. And I promise you right now, Coach Petrino did not coach. Coach Pittman did not coach them to have a lazy play on this one, to not wrap up on this play, to be out of alignment on this play. He did not coach him to do that. It takes the extra mile to take what you're coached in the meeting rooms and then take it home and study it more. Get to the meeting rooms early, ask more questions. That's how you show that you love this dude, is to show up and ball out and not put that type of product that's on the field. It may sound harsh, but it is what it is. All right. Words are great. Words are nice, but it's the product, y'all. It's the product that you put on the field that really shows up. All right, here we go. A question coming in from Adam. I should probably read these before I put them up. Whatever. This is from, what is your honest take on Dan Mullen? Local Arkansas media members are saying he is advocating for the job. He did take Mississippi State to #1 in the country with Dak Prescott. I remember that. I just gave my 2 cents on him. So there you go. Here we go. Arch Manning has many touchdowns as Taylor Green, and he had a bye week. Calm down, Ladarius. Oh, we got an Arch Manning fan in the house. Ladarius, they coming for you. All right, let's get through a few more. Trying to get to. I mean, y'all popping up. Here we go. Dix needs to be Lee's back up on the edge. Dix should be playing Mike linebacker. Okay. He lacks the speed and athleticism to run side to sideline. Kenny Jones. That is a really good take. And I've never thought of that. Because he has the part. He could be physical on the edge, put him in the middle of the field, because he always gets, out leveraged on that. Kenny Jones, you might be on or something, Kenny Jones. Once again, if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is put your email, but don't forget, you can't add the @ sign, okay? Put it in the comment and just say, hey, I want to be on, with like a lot of exclamation points so I can see it pop out through the comments, and I'll figure out how to get you a link to your email, okay? Dan Mullen needs a GM as he refuses to recruit, and that's what got him fired from Florida. I need more information on that. I think he recruited pretty well at Mississippi State and he was very effective there. We get, look who it is. Good old J.J. Metters. What's going on, man? Replying to Jenkins Jr. Jenkins Jr.'s bro. Bobby got fired at Louisville, went to TMU, didn't produce, and had a subpar year last year. That's the last 5 years he coached. He's been coaching 30 years. You do the math on 100 victories. I need some context here. What have I missed here in the chat? I haven't missed. It goes on to say, sorry. Y'all can't see this. I'll read it to you. That's the last 5 years. It's been 30 years coaching. You do the math on 100 victories. The O-line has gotten better this year, but under Mateos, we've been terrible up front. Neither Bobby or Mateos can recruit. So, JJ, it sounds like you are not a fan of Coach Petrino. Am I hearing you right? I don't want to misquote you. That's what it sounds like. Thanks for hopping in the chat. What's up, JJ? Thanks for hanging out with us in the Mainline Sports Bar. We got to get you back next year as well. Charlie Page, thank you for the encouragement. We're going to keep it going. So many comments to get to. I can't read them all, but I'm working on it. They can be upset all they want. They shouldn't. That's what I'm saying, Like, this team had the ability to close out some games and turn this season around. Okay, Notre Dame got us. They had us on that day. But easily could be 4-1 heading into the bye week. And I think a lot of people are pumped up about that. I have Call Me Z is back at it. Give DJ's Arkansas's team NIL money. We undefeated. I don't know, man. You trying to say give me some NIL? I mean, you give me some NIL money to work with. I'll make sure we get the right dudes in place. Just comes with some tough conversations. Here we go. And they're coming in too quick. I want somebody else to join me, okay? What's your impression of the change of measuring using miles per hour rating versus 40? Wait, what? Is that real? That can't be real. Are they going to start using miles per an hour instead of like saying a guy ran 4.4 or 4.3? Seems if that was a good measure, the combine would use it. What's your impression of the change of measuring using? I don't understand. Is this really happening? I need somebody to let me know if that's actually going to be a thing they start using. You talking about just in the broadcast when they say this guy hit this mile per an hour? I think that's fine. I thought you meant if they're going to start doing that instead of for the combine instead of other things. Here we go. This is from Chris Johnson. Mullen didn't recruit the way Florida boosters wanted him to recruit. Mullen's worst class was number 14, but he was ignoring some in-state school kids to keep space for transfers. Y'all know how I am about in-state guys. Gotta have them. I know some of y'all don't agree, and that's fine. We'll agree to disagree. I like my in-state guys. Here we go. JJ, you are on it, man. JJ Metters is in here and playing around. Replying to Sage, whoever. You won't see that in a trophy case. I guess you think the travel squad in the home game dress squad are the same. What am I missing in the chat? JJ, are you beefing with people in my chat? Here we go. This is what they said. Replying to, I don't know what's going on. Jenkins Jr., I don't know why this went the wrong. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Sorry, I can't keep up with that. Oh, now that's a stat right there. Is this right? Are you messing with me? Mullen was 7-42 versus ranked teams. I know one of those teams was Arkansas. Uh-oh, who is this? Ah. I'll handle that later. Gotta tighten up. Have you touched on it already? Let me get to this. Trying to bring this up. But what's your take on Gruden? All for in-state guys. We have to do better with that. My take on John Gruden. Ooh. I think he's fun. I think he's exciting. I think his approach, he's used to dealing with professionals. He's not worried about hurting your feelings. And I think in the NFL, you're dealing with guys who are a little bit more mature, especially the ones that are getting paid, and they can sit there and carry themselves like professionals and adults. I think he would have a very hard time dealing with an 18-year-old kid who tells him, "I ain't trying to hear that, coach." That wouldn't go over very well. And I think his approach and his style can come off very aggressive. And I think if you're not ready for that or you're not mature enough for that, you may take that the wrong way. However, I do think if he were here, people would understand that's what they're signing up for because a lot of people know his style. So I think the guys who come here, it shouldn't catch them off guard, but I don't know. All right. I can't keep up with these big chats. All right. Jenkins Jr. and JJ, I'm just going to let y'all keep doing your thing. Have at it. Facebook is a different world. Let them be. LOL questions in the YouTube. We are calm over here. I guess I'm missing something. Am I missing anything? What does that mean? Huh? Oh, okay. That's what she's saying. Oh, okay. I'm seeing them all. All right, here we go. Grew Pig Suey. Somebody really wants Gruden to be here. But Lewis says Gruden ain't coming. Says he's not coming. All right, y'all. I haven't seen anybody say that they wanted to join the chat. So this is what we have on tap this week for 4th and 5. Okay. We are actually going during the bye week. We're going to switch things up. We're going to show some love to an in-state school. We are heading to Arkadelphia. We're going to be at the OBU game. Okay, Ouachita Baptist. They have their homecoming game this weekend. So we're going to do our pregame show at 10 o'clock, right outside the stadium with the field in the background. And so we're going to have a good time showing some love to some in-state schools. So a lot of people want to know, what are we going to do next week as far as content concerned? Well, we got to focus on the next team. So me and the crew, we're going to break down Tennessee. Okay, we're going to let you know everything you need to know ahead of that matchup. I'm going to let you know the areas that I feel like we need to attack, where they're really strong at, the things we need to worry about, and the things that I think could give us an opportunity to be competitive in the game. Yes, I'll do it. I know Coach Petrino very well. I know his approach very well. Had it for 3 years, and everybody on our staff here at 4th and 5 know the same thing. So I'm going to be very curious to see when we watch this tape of Tennessee what the game plan should be, or at least what we think it might be. So it should be a very good week coming up. And so don't forget, tomorrow Matt Harris is going to have his Get Defensive breakdown from the Notre Dame game. He told us already that it's not going to be nice, and he says he sent us so many clips to go over to the point where we're just like, Matt, we don't have time for all that. So we had to condense that down. So that'll be very eye-opening. I think a lot of that will continue to answer questions of why maybe 3 coaches got let go. So make sure you tune in for that. That'll be tomorrow. And then once a game, I do need a moderator during these shows. Thank you. There's too much going on. I can't keep up with it all. I can't even pull that comment up. I like the chats though. Y'all keep hanging out. Oh, another chat coming in. Thank you. I appreciate that from Heartbroken Hog. DJ, do you think, or what do you think about Alex Golish of USF? He has the vibe. There's really good SEC coach. Okay. And his wife is from Northwest Arkansas. Hey, now hey, they started the year on fire, upsetting everybody. Now they went to Miami and they had a little wake up call, but you have to like that approach. And man, they really gave some teams some unexpected losses. Could be on to something. Could be on to something. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. Y'all have a great night. 2 people sent emails to get the link. Who? Who sent an email? I'll let one person hop on, and then I got to go to bed. I'm tired. Oh, I see it. I see it. Here, I don't want this to go away. I'm going to hit you up real quick. All right. That is... Stand by. Who is that? Timothy K. Stand by. I think I'm reading this right. Let's get you on. Tank in the house. I think. ELLAM at come on, man. All right. Timothy K, I sent you a link. Let me know when you get it. Huh? I'll tell you later. Nothing big. Jim Gum, appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Tim K, I sent you that email. You got 2 minutes to respond or I'm going to bed. Thanks for hanging out, though. We'll see what Tim K has to say. Hey, y'all, don't forget, you can... Actually, I'm not going to tell you yet because I've been slacking about updating the website. We do have a website, 4th-and-5ar.com. We have chat rooms in there. All right. And you can create your own usernames. So when it comes to just typing away and letting us know, I love chat rooms. Love chat rooms. They get wild. All right. So 4th-and-5ar.com. Like I said, I've been very, very bad about getting that all brushed up and ready to go. But it is up and the chat rooms are open. DJ, here we go. Will you get a phone number and just let users call in like Paul Feinbaum? Sure, why not? Now, if I do that, then I would have to set up a whole nother thing over there. So like game days, I have a setup for that. That would make that really easy. But yes, if I did that, I would have to just do a little bit more here tonight. What is this? Philip Blaylock. What you got going on, man? That's what I'm talking. I ain't heard from you in a while. That would be dope. Where's Timothy K? I sent you the link. You're running out of time, Timothy. Is Timothy gone? Hopefully I sent it to the right person. Ooh. Mark would call in. Kenny says he'd help out. I love the channel. Hey, this is so I tell you all this. This popped up. A lot of people. So I tried to confirm if Saban was in Fayetteville or not. I called so many people that I know who fly because I was looking for a tail number. I was trying to track flights out of Northwest Arkansas to where game day was in Penn State and Happy Valley, wherever that is, and then see if they went back to Northwest Arkansas. Couldn't find anything. All right. I know there's 3 airports potentially that Walmart could have flown out of to bring Saban here to have a chit chat. Now, is it for a head coaching opportunity? I don't know. Maybe consulting. Look who it is. Tim, I was about to give up on you, man. I was about to give up on you. Standing by, Timothy K in the house.
Yes, sir.
What's up, TK? What you got going on, man?
Man, I'm driving to work right now, just listening in.
Yeah. You wanted to go ahead and join the show. What you got, man? What you got for me?
What do you think the best case scenario is for the outlook of the rest of the season? I mean, I understand there's a lot of roster change. You know, you got to get all these guys to buy back into what you want. But realistically, how many games do you think we could squeeze out?
I feel like the way to look at it is not necessarily the game. It's seeing if Coach Petrino at the helm, one, get away from seeming like we don't belong in a football field, okay, like we did against Notre Dame. Two, when we're in situations to actually finish a game and it's all in our hands to win, can his leadership actually close out those games? That's another thing. I would like to say the play of like an Xavier Sori, Cam Ball, Larry Worth. If you're able to get out of those guys that we actually know what they have in them, can Coach Petrino get that out of his players? Like, I think there's so many other things to look at to see if he is the right choice moving forward and what we can get out of the rest of the year. Now, I know you ain't trying to hear that. That's specifically what I look for. Realistically, I mean, outside of that Notre Dame game, I believed we had an opportunity to play with almost anybody left on our schedule. And so I think a complete let go of the rope against Notre Dame, I don't know if that's enough to completely have me cash out on the rest of the year. I always thought Tennessee on the road was going to be tough. I think we can beat Auburn. I think we can beat Mississippi State. I'm going to tell you this, I'm not even that impressed with LSU, if I'm being honest. So I think there's many opportunities for us to still be competitive, especially offensively in these games. Now, a bowl game, you think we'll make a bowl game, TK?
That's where you start to push it. Like, you look at all these schedules, or you look at the rest of our schedule. A lot of these games that we got left are on the road. Like, going to Austin, scary. Going to Baton Rouge is scary when you have to set yourself up to play in the SEC on the road like that. I'm not saying I don't think we can do it, but to squeeze out 4 games, that's where you start to get to the point where I really think you have to consider BP is your guy to move forward for next year.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, like, every single one of those games you just said, Austin on the road, LSU on the road, Tennessee on the road, all those teams, they are in a situation where they can't afford to lose, you know? So it's just like, because, you know, they still want to have a shot postseason as well. So it's a tall task, man. And I don't think Coach Petrino being the head coach right now is miraculously going to make us have a top 5 defense in the SEC either. So it'll be tough, man. Great question. I don't have the answer for you, man. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I lost TK. TK, you there? TK. There he is. There he is. Sorry, man. I lost you for a second.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just saying, I just wanted to pick your brain on it. Because it's a weird place to be in, you know.
Yeah, it is. Where are you from, TK?
I'm from Benton.
Good old Saline County. Man, what'd you think about Braylon's dad coming at me last week, man?
And that was me and my, I don't even know my it's a great cooking on them.
Hey, TK, I'm gonna be honest with you. You must be in the sticks out there in Benton because I didn't hear one word you said. All right. I had to let him go. TK, I'm sorry, man. I think he's still talking in background. TK, if you can hear me, I'm sorry. You got a really, really bad signal. Somebody told him to pull over. Sounds like that T-Mobile service. It do sound like T-Mobile. Hey, TK, you get with us, we're gonna get you hooked up on a better service, man. All right. Thanks for the phone call. I would love to hear what you had to say. Maybe throw it in the chat so I can hear what you had to say. Mr. Bloodline, DJ, can I call in? Like, I'm trying to go to bed and everybody wants to call in. Mr. Bloodline, all you have to do is put in your email, but you can't add the @ sign, okay? And you can't add .com. Just your email without the @ sign, and then put like Yahoo, Gmail, and I can figure out the rest. Valerie, if you see that, text me that and just in case I miss it, okay? JJ Metters is still going at it on the line. Sports fan, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Walmart McKenna says we got Benton representing. What's up, boo? Oh, I missed one. Maybe Kenny Jones. Kenny Jones. I put my email in the chat. Kenny Jones. I ain't see the email, Kenny Jones. I ain't see it now. Kenny, you remember what I said? You can't put the @ sign. I'll help out. Yeah, you can't put the @ sign, Kenny Jones. If you put the @ sign in your email, it won't even pop up to let me see it. So that's probably why I'm not seeing it. Okay. What's she say? Nice job tonight. I got time, y'all. I got time. This is what I like about this thing. I like hanging out with my folks, man. 4th and 5 is growing at a crazy rate. All right. And it really is all about the community. Okay. So if I get people sending stuff in, if I can try to talk to them, once again, it's very difficult. I wish there was a better way. How about this? I'll work on that means I would have to wear my headset, which is fine. Next week, I'll work on I used to have an extra number that people could call in. I'll see if I work on a call line. Okay. I think that'd be cool. You gonna be my producer? Bring people up. You got somebody on line 1? Because I do need somebody. But see, the thing that worries me about a call line, who's going to call that's gonna act a fool? All right. Because I ain't got time for all that. All right. That's what I worry about when I pop somebody up. What if there was just like somebody mooning me or something like that? Then I'm like, what are we doing? That's what's dangerous. The good thing about like the video, I can see them backstage. All right. So that's the good thing about the video. But a call, I don't know what's going on the other end. Okay. Here we go. I got that one. Thank you. I'll send it out. See, this is how you do it. If you want to hop in and send me an email, this is how you do it. Okay? You put in this, don't add the @ and don't add the .com, and that's how we can get people in. All right? Great example right there. So this is what we'll do. I'll go ahead and send you a quick note real quick. That is hopefully you have a better signal than my guy TK. We got Cersei in the house, huh? Why are you whispering? They can't hear you over there. Why? DARY. Boom. Let's go. All right. I just sent you an email. Oh, man. You know, it's pretty wild. Out of all the content we do, when we go live like this, it does the best. It really does. I can hang out with y'all all night. What I really want is a Jack Daniels and Coke right now. But my girlfriend said we can't drink during the week. We got to be all healthy. Oh, we got anything? Nothing? Want a Jack and Coke? All right, here we go. Hell no. Ben Cleveland. Oh my gosh. I gotta send you an email. There we go, Ben. Come on, man. See, if you had the computer, you could do this and you could bring people in. Yeah, I need a live stream Wednesday night producer to do this for me, so I don't miss people. All right, Ben. Ben Cleveland, y'all, former Arkansas Razorback tight end, the pride of Springdale. I sent Cersei an email and I haven't got anything yet. Come on, man. Yeah, I sent an email to the Cersei one, and I haven't got anything back. All you have to do is go to the email, click on that link, and you should be joining the show. Ben, I just sent you an email. Val Powell's available. You want to be my producer? You know, I pay someone to do this. So I know my nephew's probably like, oh, God, please don't have me do this too. It's part of the job. Jim Gum already drank the cherry whiskey. It's gone. All right. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. All right, Ben. I sent you the email. Go in your email, open it up. What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? I'll drink a beatbox for you. What does that mean? Hey, Timothy, it's all good, man. No problem. Thanks for joining us. All right, I sent 2 emails out. I'm waiting for people to join the show. He takes a nap. What are y'all talking about? Best ones played it out. You can have a Jack and Coke. BMFP is our coach, my guy. That's what I'm saying. Let me get a Jack and Coke. Come on, boo. I got Kenny Jones' email too. I've sent out 3 links right now, and I'm waiting on everybody to hop in. Don't be scared when I send you the link. All right? Don't be scared. I doubt it would go to your junk mail at gmail.com. Come on, man. 4th and 5. I spelled that wrong. It auto corrected it to 4th and 5th. Sheesh. All right, Jones. Kenny Jones. Now's the time, my friend. My email isn't popping up on your screen for some reason. How many times have I told you this, Mr. Bloodline? How many times have I told you this? You know? You can't add the @ And I sent one to can't get in yet. You hit some other time. What'd she say? Nothing. Just looking at stuff. Phil, appreciate you, man. Officer Mr. Blaylock in the house. Here we go. About what? Oh yeah. Oh, he should. Can't get in yet. Hit you some. How you gonna send your email and say you can't get in? Oh, old phone. Got to get a new phone. Here we go. Interested in NIL portal idea. What do you mean, Raj? Rognody? Rognody? I don't know what that means. Elaborate a little bit for me, would you? All right, here we go. Tuning in late. I love Nuts' take on what Petrino had to do at the player meeting. Also, I'd love to get a Splash DC get for interim in Memphis would be a probably hard to sell for. Yeah, it'd be tough to get that defensive coordinator in for Memphis just as an interim. He'd probably want a little bit more skin in the game. Yeah, I really don't think they pulled that trigger. That would be really good though, because they had a really, really good game plan against Arkansas, especially in that second half. It was very impressive. All right, sorry y'all. Bear with me. I'm trying to get people in. I'm finally getting emails. Mr. Blood, is that what your name was? Blood Holdings at gmail.com. Come on. I'm gonna stop sending out requests if y'all don't start taking them. You're putting your email in there. I'm sending y'all emails and no one's hopping on. All right, here we go. Joshua R is in the house. Thanks for the super chat. Keep cooking, DJ. Let me know if you need a weather forecast for these upcoming games. Is this Ruggs? Oh, Ruggs. Oh my gosh, I'm just now putting this together. Ruggs is my guy. You remember Ruggs? Ruggs, I would love to get a forecast for each and every game, and we'll swag it up. But I don't want you to get in trouble either. So you got to run that up to flagpole, because I done left, and I don't want you doing stuff with me, rubbing people the wrong way. But if it comes down to it, we may just have to hire you, Ruggs. All right? Ruggs is a real deal. All right, here we go. We got somebody joining the stream. Who is this? Is this who I think it is? Hey, I see you're backstage. Can you turn your phone the other way? Long ways? Nice. All right, here we go. Bringing it in.
I'm outside.
What's going on? A dog pound in the house.
Oof, oof.
Oh hell, it's Ben. I couldn't see who it was, man. I couldn't see who it is.
It's me. I'm outside. Let's go.
Ben Cleveland is in the house, y'all. Look at this guy, man. Ben, what you got going on, man?
Man, I just got out of the shower. I'm trying to go to bed myself, but these people keeping me up too, man.
What are you what you a bar soap guy, or you use a loofah?
I don't use the loofah. I use body wash. Foo body wash, as my wife would say.
Oh, on the hand, and you just hand it up. Yeah, that's what I do too, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about Bobby P coming back, man?
I think it's good. I sent you something earlier, but too many people going.
Oh, you sent it on here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the best scenario, and we're gonna see if those boys are ready for it, because it's a whole different game when them practices. you know how that is. But I thought. What's up, Val Pal? What's up, Boo Boo?
You see her?
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
Hey, but what I thought was weird, DJ, and I don't know if you put the connection together, but yeah, I know there's some issues with the defense and all that. But obviously he's a great recruiter, and you would like try to get those guys to stay. But why was Bobby put in a situation to be successful as an OC or come back as an OC? Is it for this scenario? You know what I mean?
I mean, well, you think this was all set up for him to eventually take over as head coach?
I think so. And listen here. His son-in-law became the head coach at Missouri State, which was the defensive coordinator for him when we were here. His other son-in-law is the defensive coordinator currently, and he was the D-line coach. Why do you get rid of your defensive staff when you're like that's a big change. You know what I mean? But those guys are gone, and why did he let those guys go? And it's just weird to me. But and why did you let go of those? Why didn't you let go of some of your offensive guys as well?
Yeah.
But
it's interesting.
I think that I think Bobby, unless Bobby just doesn't do what he's supposed to do, which we know he can coach, but it depends on the locker room.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be big on the locker room, huge on the locker room.
If those guys are gonna buy into working hard and grinding, it's a whole different game. But why did they go ahead and fire just the defensive coaches? And those coaches are his son-in-laws, and the kid can coach. I mean, when we played them, I think there was like 17 points or something that they allowed on us. I mean, they out coached us, and I know I just thought it was ironic with that whole situation. But man, that light's bad. Oh,
that is a bad light. I'm gonna have to send you. I'm gonna have to send you a little hookup. Grant's up there. Hey, real quick, big shout out to Ruggs. Hey, look at this: 5 gifted memberships at the All-American level. So that means Fishman, those Band Geeks, Walmart McKenna, Mr. Bloodline, John Sullivan, all are now members thanks to Mr. Ruggs. Man, Ruggs, that's big time. 5 gifted memberships. And so I will say this too. So for all of my members, because my sister's a member and she gets on to me all the time. So Ben, all right, I need your advice, all right? So we have a members only subscription. Okay. So I always say this, all of our content, I want it to be free. I really do. All right. But I left my job and I want to be able to create some type of content that, people can support us by signing up for memberships. And so the way we do that is every day I wake up and I go over the content that we have to do for the day. And so the thing is, I'm going to start setting up cameras so people can kind of be behind the scenes of us getting ready for our content each and every day, and then also hop on and kind of tell us what they want. Because we always see it how we want it to be, but I'm trying to do this for like our viewers, and so I want them to be a part of the conversation and be like, hey, can you talk about this? Hey, we really don't like this segment. What about this segment? So I think it's a really cool way to make sure that we have people involved with the behind the scenes makeup of every show. And I promise y'all, members, I'm working on it. But dang, Ben, I thought like this whole digital podcast show was going to be a little bit easier. This stuff's tough. Oh my gosh, bro.
But you got it.
It's so much work, bro. It is
Hey,
so
as long
much
as you can
work.
play a little bit of piano on the background to introduction and stuff.
Is that what you need? You want me to play a little piano?
God. You already know what song.
What song?
Dun, 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 dun.
What the hell is that?
That's your Tupac.
Oh, did you just try to do changes?
Yes.
We got to work on that key. Hey Ben,
I'm not musical. I'm an athlete, baby. Let's go.
What are you doing next weekend?
When's that?
Tennessee weekend.
I don't know.
I'll be up in Bentonville at the Bentonville Square at the Farmers Market doing our pregame show at noon. The game's at 3 something. We're going to start a little bit earlier at noon, and then we're going to watch the game at
Just text me.
Are you going to come hang out? Come swing by, man. That'd be cool.
The girls can get together too. So.
Oh, that'd be great, man. Lock it up, man.
Yeah. So, what do you think on that, though? I mean,
on
that
this
little
all
theory,
being set up. This all being set up on Coach Petrino to eventually take over the reins. I initially thought, which I still do kind of think. I think at that point, the fan base was so heated, and they needed something to change. And I think for Hunter Yurachek, what better? I wouldn't necessarily say distraction, but here, take this to kind of get off my back for a while.
Right.
Then bringing back Coach Petrino. That's what I thought that was. And I don't think it was a bad move. I mean, after Jimbo got fired at Texas A&M, why not bring back somebody that a lot of fans can get behind because, at that point, they were at Hunter Yurachek's neck. They were at his neck, ready to get him out of there or figure out what to do. Then we get Petrino. Then it was like, oh, okay, cool. We can get back to the old ways. But a lot of people do think, now, what'll be wild, Ben? Now, if we come out and score 50-plus points, I'm going to be like, Coach, were you holding back? What are we doing over here?
Bro, it's going to take 50 points to win every week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, man, it is.
We can't stop nobody.
What do you think that practice is, their first full contact practice is going to be like?
Head banging, 42 lead, run the flipping play again.
Ben, tell them about 42 lead.
I still got a headache over it. My favorite was text right, because that would have been you, 42 lead.
God, it was the worst.
That put you. But I remember in Tech, we ran it against Florida, and you knocked Spikes out of the game. You remember that?
I do remember that. I put him out.
Like, bro,
but I needed a second.
Rang his bell. He's over there seeing stars. He don't know where he's at. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's pissed off.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was either,
There'd be days like Jermaine Love and scout team. That was not the 42 lead.
Oh, my gosh. 42 lead is the play no tight end wants to hear, man. Because when we run it in practice, like linebackers, they don't care about anything else except ruining your day. Also, Kenny Jones, I think I got your email figured out. I just sent you an email. Hop on your email, get that link. And Bloodline, I also got your email too. That wasn't my fault. Somebody sent me the wrong thing. Valerie sent the wrong email.
So that's at the house?
No, she's online. She's in the chat right now, and she's helping me out with hitting up people on the email.
Yeah,
So
but what
Kenny,
happened when you hit the 42 lead and offensive lineman screws up and Petrino tells everybody, run it
on the
again.
ball, run it again. Now
Yeah.
everybody knows what's coming. It's
Like,
awful, man.
bro, come on. But no, I'd be interested to see where they're at. You know, there's a lot of good coaches. I think Coach Mullen would be a good name to have, but they've got to be able to recruit. You know, I like the guy out of like CJ Kinney. He's a gas miles on guy.
Is that how you
I
say
like
his name? Guinea?
Kinney, Kinne or something, I believe.
Okay.
But you know, he played for Tulsa. He played at Tulsa. He was a quarterback at
I
Tulsa for
I
Gus.
heard about that guy. Yeah. He played when we were there.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's someone young like that. I don't think Gus is the answer.
Yep.
I don't think Gus is the answer. Or you know, you go out there and here's the thing with Hunter. Hunter can get coaches.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Hunter can get coaches. He's able to go get coaches that are reliable. You know, he got Coach Cal. He's got the softball coach. He's got the soccer coach. I mean,
Yep.
he can go
Hey.
get guys, and I think now that you got kind of Pittman out,
Yeah.
there's going to be more money from boosters coming in to give the money.
Hey,
And
one
I
sec,
try to.
Ben. 1 second. Hold that thought. Kenny, I see that you're trying to hop in. Just stay with me for a second in the backstage, and I'm going to get you on. And Bloodline, too. Bloodline, just give me a second. I'm going to let Ben finish his thought, and then I want you to hop on here and ask a question. So, Mr.
Sorry.
Bloodline and Kenny, I see you in the backstage. Kenny, come on back. Hit that link again, and just give me a second, and I'll bring y'all on here in a second, all right? But go ahead and finish that thought. Kenny, just join me. Kenny, stay with me for a second, all right? But go ahead, Ben.
I'm
Finish
almost
that.
done, Kenny. Sorry, but he can get guys to come in, and now that the boosters are going to be behind it, you know how it is. It's a money game. No one's
Yeah.
going to put in money with someone who they're not going to be financially invested in it. You
Yeah.
know, and I think that was the problem with all of that. But you know, those guys gave up on Pittman. I mean, they're just you got talent all over the field. You
Yeah.
just can't walk off the bus and say, "Oh, we're better." You know, there was no motivation. Um, there's no drive. There was no
Mm.
want to uh, in those guys, and you know that comes from the top down, and that came from Pittman. But
All right.
I like the guy, but it's just one of those deals, you know. But I'm out. Text me later.
All right, man. Maybe Mr. Bloodline wanted to ask you a question, Ben.
Oh,
What's up, Mr. Bloodline? Mr. Bloodline, you there? Did you hit the mute button on your thing? Oh, hell.
Austin Hill, Chad Morris was terrible. We don't even count him.
Are you in the chat room? Mr. Bloodline, I got you pulled up. I think you maybe hit the mute button on your camera on your phone. You got to hit that mute button. Also, Kenny is in the stream as well. Kenny, are you there?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
I got you, Kenny. I'm just waiting on
Yes,
Mr.
I do,
Bloodline.
baby.
Kenny, what you got for us, man? What we doing? It's an amateur hour. So I'm trying, Ben. I'm trying. You
Need
know?
some liquor. Need some twisted teas.
It went on mute for some reason. I'm working on it. All right, he's trying to work on it. Kenny, I keep seeing you in the thing. You just keep going away, man. All right, Kenny's back. Let's try this again. All right, here we go. Kenny, are you there?
Yes, sir, man. Keep kicking me out for some reason, man.
Oh, well, you must got what you must be on T-Mobile, huh?
Nah, man. I'm on Wi-Fi, big fella. But
What you got
Sprint.
for us? Oh,
Dang.
dang, we gotta
Hey,
we're gonna move.
Austin Hill, don't forget. Hunter also fired Chad Morris. So
Oh, you like reading that little chat, don't you?
yeah. What
Ben
Val
is
Pal
in
say?
that chat.
What's say go to bed? I've been
What you want
trying
to
to
go
go
to
to bed. I
bed?
was in the shower.
I'm trying to get Kenny in and Mr. Bloodline in, but they're having some technical difficulties. Trying, man. I'm trying, Kenny. I'm trying, man. I feel like Kenny really has something good to say. All right, Kenny's back. Let's see if this works. And here we go. Kenny, can you hear us? Ben, I sent them the same link I sent you, Ben.
I
Kenny,
struggled too.
wait, you there, Kenny?
Hey,
What's going on, man?
yeah, I'm here for the time position on the defense, man. I think, guys like Steven Diggs belong on the edge. Strong. He don't have the athleticism to run sideline to sideline. I think Larry Worth needs to be playing in the box a little bit more.
Oh man, I really want Kenny to finish that. He keeps getting kicked off. You must get that. I can tell he is. Oh my gosh, Kenny, they on your head. Kenny, get off that Mint Mobile. Get yourself AT&T or something else. Oh my gosh. I can tell just by the way that sounded, it's a Wi-Fi issue, Kenny. So what he was saying, and I agree with, I would love Steven Dix. Take him off the Will and Sam linebacker. He struggles out there in space. Big body, put him on the edge of the line of scrimmage. I'm with you. And Kenny, and I also like what you said.
Kenny said night night.
Now I also like what Kenny said about Larry Worth. We got to get him out of space as well. Bring him down in the box. I think that's what you were saying, Kenny. And so he's not lying at all. I really like that take, Kenny, and I think you're on to something. So if you're with us, I appreciate that. Sorry, we're having some connection issues. All right, here we go. All right, how about now, Ben? You think we can go to bed? Mr. Bloodline, sorry you can't get that audio worked out, but I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to watch an episode of Queen of the South with my girlfriend, then we're going to get some sleep, all right?
Hi. Fix it.
Hey, fix it. Yeah, hey, we got to tighten up. Could you imagine Coach Petrino being on this stream and somebody having issues with their audio? Oh my gosh. Big shout out once again. A big shout out again to what?
Hey, remember when we're in the tight end room and we screwed up the server? We were watching film before practice one day. We screwed up the
Yes.
server, and Chip was like, "What in the did y'all do, Andy? Come here." We didn't have film the
my
whole
gosh.
day.
They used to be on Andy's head. All right, how about this? Do you remember this? I'm trying to be a team player. And I don't know if it was you or Van Stuman, maybe both of y'all. Y'all were running late or something before practice. I think it was Van. And Van was just like, hey, y'all wait for me and let's all run out there together. Late to practice. And it was kind of like, if they see us all being together, then maybe it won't be as bad. Worst idea. Coach Petrino saw all of us running out the locker room, all 6 of us, all 6 tight ends late. We had to run after practice, do up downs. I don't know why.
Y'all think y'all can be late for practice? You guys think you're that freaking good?
I don't know who talked me into that, but at the same time, I was like, "Ah, man, I can't
It
leave
was
my
still
dog."
because he never had his shoes on and was ready to go with them flat feet.
Oh my gosh!
Salty dog.
Hey, you remember this one though, Ben? You remember this one? Y'all remember when Ben Cleveland had that touchdown against Alabama in the back of the end zone? Let's go. Last time we beat Alabama was because of you.
Who was at that game?
I was at that game in the end zone as a recruit. If you go back and look at the tape,
Who
Ben's
recruited
celebrating,
you?
and I'm back there like this, like, oh my gosh.
Who hosted you?
And my host on my official visit was Ben Cleveland. Look at that, man. Got me at Arkansas. That's awesome. Thanks for that memory right there. And Mr. Bloodline, it's okay. We'll work. Mr. Bloodline said he got a privacy issue going on, so that's why he couldn't make it. All right. That's it, Ben. I appreciate you, man.
Bloodline chasing the cat and got caught up. All right, Mr. Bloodline, we'll teach you how to chase that cat one day.
Go to bed. All right, Ben.